Morning, everybody. I am excited to be here this week for Rosie Salon Software. We are kicking off a Meet Our Powerful Partners feature week. And so throughout the week, you're going to be meeting some of our partners that are integrated within Rosie and how they work, why we support them, why they would be great for your business. If you have just some general inquiries or questions or any ideas of any of these partners that are going to be coming up that you may have interest in, you're going to want to jump in and watch. You can always come back to our Facebook pages or our YouTube channels later on and rewatch them again. But our lineup for this week, we are very excited about. We are going to be meeting the team with Salon Interactive in just a few minutes. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, we were going to be on with the team from Tippy. And Wednesday, we're going to be on with Vish, the color management system company. Thursday, we will be live with Derek from Salon Ninja. And Friday, you can meet us 1 hour earlier on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. We're going to be meeting with Green Circle and SnapSnip, which is providing virtual consultations in your salon. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started this morning. We are going to be meeting, let's get them up here actually. There we go. We're going to be meeting Danielle, a part of the success team with Salon Interactive, and Randy, the president of Salon Interactive. So good morning, guys. Welcome, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Good morning, Lori. Thank you so much.
So day one of our Partners Week, and we wanted to get you guys up here right away. This is a very close relationship and partnership that we have between Rosie and Salon Interactive. And so we can just get started with that a little bit and kind of talk about how this all happened.
Yeah, perfect. I love sharing our origin story because it's as with many companies in this industry, it's fun, it's interconnected, and I think it really helps to understand where we come from, to understand where we're going to.
Mm-hmm.
So Rosie actually was founded by a gentleman named Jim Bauer with several partners, and Jim is also the founder of Salon Interactive. So Salon Interactive was founded, really we started building on the platform back in 2015, 16. But really we launched to the public and kind of came out of the gates in early 2020. So January 2020 is when we kind of still officially call our launch. And I think a lot of people, especially those who've been around Rosie for a very long time, sometimes confuse the fact that we're even two separate companies, because we have a really solid integration, and the functionality and features are really intertwined, and there's a lot of power in being able to use the platforms together. But I do know, actually, Lori, I think it might be worth bringing up right now. I believe the way that anyone who's a Rosie user can interact with Salon Interactive has recently changed, right? We have a new place where they can find and access Salon Interactive. Did you want to share anything about that before I keep going?
So the Rosie team just did a new release last night. So if you're logged in already this morning, maybe use that time clock. You're going to notice a couple adjustments and things that we had done and released last night. So one of those things that Randy's mentioning is up at the top of your toolbar. There is now a button that is just called Partners, where it formerly said just Salon Interactive. We know that we have many more partners that we're going to be featuring this week. So in that Partners tab, you will find all of our integrated partners that are going to be listed in there, and Salon Interactive. The button is there just as it was before. You just click it and it's going to automatically, there's no login. You're just logged in as you were before.
Awesome. Yeah, perfect. We're very excited about that. And we're excited to see some of the other partners you're bringing on this week. But so back to Salon Interactive, I think the way we usually talk about things when we're describing this to someone who's not very familiar with it is that we kind of have three pillars of what it is that we do. So we create e-commerce sites for salons. And when I could say that, it's a very broad statement, but the way that it works when a salon comes to sign up through us, or an account is created by Rosie as someone signs up for Salon Interactive, is that we connect their distributors. So if you're in a territory where we have distributors that are integrated with Salon Interactive, you can select your distributor and verify your connection to them, and then select the brands that distributor carries that you would like on your Salon Interactive site. And we auto-generate you your own e-commerce site. And this is really important for us. We believe, I think we all know this industry has had a lot of changes in the past 20 years when it comes to professional retail. And Salon Interactive is very much trying to help salons compete with some of the changes that we've seen. The companies like Amazon have entered the space and are selling products, and clients have become very accustomed to going there and buying things and having them shipped to their house. And that for us is something we really don't think should be happening, because it's cutting the hairdresser, the beauty professional, completely out of that. Oftentimes, even on, especially with Amazon, the products may not even be real products, right? Many brands don't have a relationship there with that company, and therefore sellers are potentially selling fake products or products that have expired, or things that are definitely not something we would want clients that we care about to be using. And so that's number one. And number two, we have a lot of companies that are very powerful in the product space, companies like Ulta Beauty, Sephora, that have done an incredible job of really being an omni-channel seller. They have incredible websites, they have beautiful storefronts, they carry tons and tons of brands, and they've really gotten clients comfortable going there and shopping. And again, the one person who really knows what the client needs for their hair or skin is the service provider, the person who's seeing them. And so we wanted to give them a tool, a place where they can send their clients that's going to match these companies that have put millions of dollars into their own websites. So now a salon can come and set up, and they have their own website. They have their own salon where they can sell products and retail from the salon floor, as well as sending clients that don't typically purchase from them in the salon to their online site, and getting them the products that they need in the convenient way that the clients have become accustomed to shopping, but it's keeping a salon in that case. So the way that it works is, when you send your clients there, they purchase. We take that order and pass it to the appropriate distributor or distributors, and then that product is delivered directly to the client's doorstep. So it's very seamless and very much, the way that they are used to shopping. And it really does help salons compete when it comes to that digital frontier, as it were. So that's really the first pillar. As I mentioned, there's three. The second one is salon ordering. So we allow salons to place orders that are then also sent to their distributor for back bar fulfillment or for retail that they want to put on their shelves. And that's a tool that we're really excited about. We're continuing to improve the functionality of that tool. And it can just make it easy to where you're focused a lot more on running your business. And we all know that sometimes some of that, business operational back end things can just be a frustrating or an annoyance. We're looking to really streamline and simplify these things. And then the third pillar of what we do is marketing. So we have some tools that are available to all salons on Salon Interactive that we can help send out messaging to your clients to make sure that they're reminded of the store, being kept up to date on product updates or new launches. And the salon themselves can set up, reoccurring, follow-ups, or if we typically have a pretty good idea of what use-up time is on certain products. And so we can be reaching out to those clients and saying, hey, we know you're probably done with this product or getting close, and here you can reorder it through us. So it's all about just continuing to build and strengthen that client relationship. And we're there every step of the way to try to support beauty professionals in doing so. I think it's definitely worthwhile mentioning. So Danielle is on our success team, spends a lot of time, talking to salons. I know we've seen in the past, but I personally have joined some calls and heard many salons say that in the past they've sent clients to Amazon or to Ulta to buy products. And these are the ones where we're saying, hey, make sure the setup takes about 10 minutes to get your site set up. If it's not already through Rosie, you can edit it and make it look, much closer to your salon. If our standard template doesn't look exactly the way you want it to, you can go in and edit it. Danielle, you've had some experiences setting salons up. Is there anything of note that you would mention that you're hearing more recently?
I think just the greatest thing about Salon Interactive and our platform is that each salon, and whether you're a stylist, you're a booth renter, you have multi-locations, you can really tailor it and make it your own and reach out to your clients in a way that's really personal and feels and looks like you. I mean, we just have incredible tools on there that are free for you to use, that allows you to make that outreach. Setting up is obviously the goal, but really working within your dashboard and utilizing those things are what is gonna make you really successful on the platform.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and to follow up on that, I think so. As Danielle said, setup is very easy. It's obviously the first step. Getting, you if you link your bank account as a salon owner or beauty professional, you're getting any of the money that's being sent to you is just getting delivered once a week. It's incredibly easy. There really isn't any gotchas in terms of the setup and the getting going. It's the thing that we've seen salons be challenged by, and that's what we wanted to talk a bit today about, is how do you talk about this to your clients? How are you getting this in front of your clients? I've made the joke a few times, so apologies to anyone who's heard me make this joke, but basically the concept of a tree falling in the forest and the question of whether or not it makes a sound if someone's there is I always tell people I don't know the answer to that one, but I do know for sure that if you set up an online store and never tell your clients about it and don't send anyone the link and don't promote it, you will not make any sales. So how do we get this store in front of clients? How do we let them know? So there's a couple steps that we're going to talk a little bit about. One of them, right at setup, is that you can send out what we would call a welcome email. So once that store is live, or if you have a store that you haven't really done this with, or even if you just haven't done it in a while, sending out an email to all of your clients saying, hey, here's my online store. Here's a link to shop it. Thank you so much for your support. You can remind them that these are genuine products that are coming straight from, professional distributors in the industry. Just letting them know that it's there, because again, we have seconds to get in front of a client that's used to shopping on Amazon or Ulta, because they know right where to go to get to those places. We need to make it just as easy for them to find your online store. And this is a unique link for you. That's another thing we've heard. There's been some confusion around that. A lot of people think about Salon Interactive more like an affiliate link. That's really not what it is. Your store is your store. Every single sale that happens with anything related to Salon Interactive is attributed directly to a store. We don't have any endless storefronts where someone can go and then browse away from your store and end up somewhere else buying different products that you wouldn't recommend them. And that's another really important feature, is the products that are in your store are the ones that you've selected. It really should be something that you can stand behind, because chances are when your client buys something from us, the way they're viewed, they don't understand all of the intricacies of the back end of this industry. So as far as they're concerned, they're buying from you. So it's really important that if they come back in, you're able to ask them, hey, how did you like that Redken product that you bought from us? Or how did you enjoy your Kevin Murphy? It's the things that really continue to build that and strengthen that client relationship that we want to support the salon with.
Rosie just did too around e-commerce specifically. Rosie just did a study over last year and found that 30% of our Rosie customers, their customers, are walking out buying products. So 70% of customers are leaving without a product. So having that e-commerce store for them to shop at gives you one more opportunity to make some extra retail commission.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the questions we get from salons a lot is, well, what about the clients who buy from me in the salon? Like, isn't that going to, what if they start buying online instead of from me in the salon? And we can very confidently tell you that that is not what happens. So we have, thousands and thousands of salons have set up with us and have live stores. And we do not see these online sales cannibalizing your in-salon sales. What we do see, in fact, is often the salon sales that you're having will actually increase, because now there's more conversation happening around e-commerce. There's more conversation happening around products, right? So if you're recommending them something, which one of our features is we call product recommendations, and we're going to get to that and explain a little bit more how you could use that. But just by having that conversation, having a QR code on your mirror while you're doing a service, having it on the door. We've got salons who've printed out sticker QR codes, and they're putting them on the bottles that they're sending home with clients that they're purchasing. so that they're reminded, oh, right, I can buy it from my salon when they're running out. So there's just all these different ways to try to just continue to make these micro adjustments to get that client thinking about retail as something connected to their salon and not a big box store, and certainly not Amazon and Jeff Bezos. So we are very excited about the changes we're seeing.
Do you guys find that the salon guests that are purchasing through the e-commerce store are buying more than what they would likely if they were purchasing in salon?
So we are working on understanding that data a little bit better, Lori. Our average cart size in Salon Interactive is just over $82 currently. It floats from $80 to $87 basically per cart, which from an industry standpoint is pretty high, actually. We do believe that there's no doubt that they're buying more because from their salon, because in the past they were buying nothing, right? Many of these people were buying $0 worth of product from their salon, and now that they have this online tool, they are spending the money. But we think it's pretty in line with a typical cart size. But yeah, consistently we're over an $80 mark for each cart. Again, we have seen salons report, and we have access to this data with the right integrations with partners like Rosie, to be able to see that in salon sales definitely do not suffer, and in fact, many cases they increase after this is done. And the way that happens, again, is you have QR codes at the service station. While you're doing the hair, you can have them pull out their phone and pull up the store and browse these products that you're using. It's helping educate and keep them a part of the conversation, rather than waiting until the end and that awkward moment where you're kind of thinking, oh, should I hand them a bottle of shampoo? Do I need to take it up? How do I tell them about this product right at the wrong moment? Right, the service is ending, they're feeling good. You might be thinking, wow, they're about to spend over $100 on this service. Do I really want to put $50 or $80 worth of product in their hands to buy too? Salon Interactive makes it very easy to hand off, that pressure of the sale to an online tool, right? It's a lot easier to have that conversation digitally than it is sometimes in person. But that brings us to product recommendations. And I am going to let Danielle, because I'm talking probably a little too much, I'll let Danielle explain a little bit about it. And then Lori, if there's any questions, we'd love to hear that too. So Danielle, do you want to describe product recommendations?
Yeah, of course. So again, what I was talking about, all of those tools that we have in your dashboard, product recommendations is a huge one. It allows you to send individual recommendations for all of the products that you have within your online store to that specific client. So what you do is you go into your dashboard, you select the client that you want to send that product recommendation to. You can send as many products as you'd like. That goes over and sends to them in a personal email that's tailored and looks like it is coming from you, but is tailored and says, hello, my name is Danielle, or hi, Randy. Danielle, your stylist, is recommending these following products for you. It's going to have a list of those products with photos of them and then a buy here button. That buy here button is huge because when they select that, it automatically populates into their shopping cart so that they can easily check out. They can purchase all of the products, they can purchase one of the products, or they can just continue to browse your online store. But it really opens the floor for them to have access to your store and easily see the products that you've used on them or that you're recommending for them.
It's one of my favorite features, really.
It is the best feature. You could do it at checkout. Some of our salons do little pamphlets and they write down the product recommendations, hand it to the front desk girl. She types it in real quick. So as they're leaving, already have that product recommendation.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And a couple of things to note that are incredible. So actually the recommendations with our integration with Rosie, it makes it incredibly easy, because as long as we're connected and you have your books up to date, every client that you're seeing should have a card already created. So you don't even have to go and find the client and then add. If you go into the product recommendations, which you can navigate to, it's on the left-hand navigation when you're in Salon Interactive, you find that recommendations, and you will have all the clients that you have to see that day will already have a card. All you have to do is just find the products you want to add to send to them and send it right off. The other very cool thing is that that link doesn't expire. So the client can come back to this in 2 weeks if they want. But the key is they have access to an easy place to buy the right products for them from you. And that's huge. So they've got this sitting in their inbox. You can star it for them. We have a lot of hairdressers who found that they can actually have the clients save their online store in their phone as a widget. So basically, when you're on the website in the browser, you can go and save Salon Interactive and that in your salon's online store to your client's homepage. So now when they need product, it looks like it's an app on their phone. They just go and click it, and it pulls them straight to their your Salon Interactive site, which is an amazing way to make it very easy for them to find you and shop from you again. So we love that feature. And I do think it's worth mentioning everything we're talking about and much, much more is detailed with videos and PDF walkthroughs in our help center. And I know when we put this out there, there's a link. So if you go to Salon Interactive, Lori has the QR code up here. You can always find the help center. Basically, any page you're on will have a link to our help center. And there's a lot of really, really good content there.
Yeah,
I did see a question coming in about texting recommendations. We are excited about that. We definitely see the value in that. There are a couple ways to send products through text. So one way to do it is actually go to your store and go to the product that you want to send, and then just copy the URL. That's the link at the top, right? Wherever you are in your site, when you have the right product pulled up, copy that, and you can text that to a client. And when they click that link, it will pull them straight to that product in your site. We are working on and focused at some point on getting texting set up. We have a few things coming that we can't really talk about quite yet because we don't have release dates, but there should be some good advancements on that in the near future. So thanks for that question. That's a great one. And text is always powerful.
I want to call out.
Were there any questions?
There wasn't any other question here, but I do just want to call out that anybody who's already currently using Rosie, they don't need to. So if you go to the QR code that's up on the screen right now, you can see that there's no sign up. There's no create a new account. If you're a Rosie user, you already have free access to Salon Interactive. The e-commerce store is free. The marketing features are a premium feature to Rosie, but you already have that. It's already there. So don't go to the QR code and then sign up and create a new account.
Yes, that's a great point. If you're trying to work in Salon Interactive and you are trying to log in and it's telling you, or trying to create an account and it's telling you that you already have an account, that's exactly what's going on. You need to you can reach out to our support team for help if you're having trouble. You can do a password reset if you're unable to figure it out, but you can navigate to the internal part of Salon Interactive through your Rosie account. So again, going to that partner section, going to Salon Interactive, that will be able to pull you right into your dashboard as a beauty professional, which gives you all the tools available to make these changes. So yeah, incredible stuff. So the last thing that I really wanted to talk about was kind of how to talk about this in a way. There's two things that happen a lot that we see that we're trying to help salon owners specifically kind of overcome. And number one, it's how do you talk about this to your team even? Because many times we'll have a salon owner who's very excited about this and sees this, right? They're spending part of their week, hopefully, thinking about the business and working on the business rather than standing behind the chair and cutting. There's super important parts of the business that sometimes you need to step back and think about. But you have to keep in mind that until you share that with your team and help them understand why is this important, why is this something that we are doing and we should be doing, a lot of times it can be viewed by the team members or others in the salon as kind of scary or a change that's uncomfortable or even a threat to them if they don't fully understand how are they being compensated off of sales there. What is their benefit? Because it's just really important that we're always very clear with what our goals are and what the mission is, right? And so we want to help in any way we can, but we really recommend having a very clear conversation with your team and saying, this is how it works. These are the things that we're looking to do, and making sure that they're a part of it and they feel some ownership of your Salon Interactive store, because if they don't, they're going to have a much harder time feeling good about sending their clients there. And that's something that we've seen kind of come up, several times. And again, the power of this integration with Rosie is so big, because Rosie just makes it very easy by syncing your client data. So you don't have to go re-add clients to the platform. You don't need to go. Basically, we're trying to make the salon owner, the beauty professional's life as easy as possible here. And that way, you're not having to go do extra admin work, because we know that's the last thing that you have time for after a busy week, is to go do a bunch of admin work and try to, set up a second account that basically has much of the same information. So we're very, very pleased with the partnership with Rosie, and we're continuing to want to improve that. So any feedback that you have as a user, if you're confused by something, we always want to hear that. Reach out to us, let us know what things are challenging for you. If there's anything that you particularly don't like about how things work, we want to hear that stuff. Because the beauty of technology is that we can make changes and improve and iterate, and continue to, hopefully advance this tool to something that becomes even easier for you to use. So, Laura, do you think it makes sense to kind of talk through some of the commercials of Salon Interactive and what salons should expect there? I'm not sure that it's a question that we haven't seen yet, but it is something that sometimes comes up.
Yeah, we definitely can.
Yeah. So one of the other questions or pushbacks that we get from salon owners sometimes is that the commission on Salon Interactive is lower than they receive from products they sell in the salon. And that's why there's concern that if they set up Salon Interactive, that maybe they're going to lose some of the people who are buying from them in the salon, and they're going to start buying online. As I said before, we have a lot of data to back up the fact that that is not happening. But as Lori mentioned, I think you said the number was 70% of clients are not buying any product. Is that right? Yeah. So 70% of clients are not buying any product from a salon and walking out the door. And so when a salon owner asks me, well, what about, I'm getting 50% on the product I'm selling in the salon, and Salon Interactive is only paying me 25. Well, the reality is 50% of zero is still zero. So every client that's walking out that door not buying any product, we're losing that client to Ulta, to Sephora, to Amazon, right? I've heard of people having trouble because their clients were buying old product on eBay. There's all kinds of places that people are buying product, but when it's not from you, we're all losing, right? So the goal is to get them back there, and 25% is absolutely risk-free to the salon and to the beauty professional, because you don't have to buy the product, you don't have to ship the product, you don't have to inventory it, you don't have to, if there's a return, if something happens and a bottle breaks in shipping, or it gets stolen off of the client's front porch, we handle all of that. So we're handling that, the distributor's handling that. It's really truly a risk-free way to meet your clients where they are increasingly shopping, which is online. And our goal for you, if you're one of those salons that's selling to 20 or 30% of your clients, we've run quite a few numbers and seen that's, the average hairdresser is seeing 120 clients a month, right? If you're only selling to 20% of those, that's 94, 96 people that are not buying product from you. And our recommendations tool is a great example. We see more than 15% conversion on just that. So if you were to send just a recommendation, and that's it, even just via email, not even text, to every single one of those clients that's not purchasing product from you, you would be on average with our cart size seeing $1,200 to $1,300 more in sales per month with just one single service provider and those clients that are not already buying retail from you in the salon. So there's a lot that we can do to really start bringing these sales, these professional sales, back to the salon. And we want to help, and we want to hear from you. And if you have any challenges, Danielle and team are always excited to hear from you as a salon owner or a beauty professional, answer any questions. And like I said, our help center has untold amounts of information.
Incredible information in there. But again, like
there is so much.
We have a great team. here. So if you guys need like a one-on-one, or you need just a little bit more of like diving deeper into your dashboard, we're always here to help and set that up with you guys.
With the commission, because we talked about, salon owners earning commission and getting their team's buy-in, is there an opportunity for them to be able to pay commissions to their service providers?
Absolutely. So the correct way to set up the platform, if you're working that way, would be as the administrator, the owner of the account, you can add in all of your teammates so that when I'm going to check out as a client and I'm adding a product to my cart, it will ask me, who would you like to give credit for this sale? So you will have an internal report in Salon Interactive that tells you exactly which one of the hairdressers or stylists in your salon were responsible for what sales. And so you can choose to pay them a percentage of the commission that you're getting. Ideally, you're matching something that's happening in the salon. We've seen a lot of different salon owners get creative with how they do it. Many have followed the model of tiers based on how much is being sold. So the percentage of what they receive goes up as they sell more. But again, all of that is information that is being put into a report that's accessible inside of Salon Interactive and Rosie. So you can go and find that. Again, Help Center has lots of information on how to do that. And of course, our team is available if there's any questions.
Awesome. So yes, they can. One of the other things too that I know that we help a lot of accounts with when we're setting them up is the library of products that you guys host. And so what we like to do is help them to download. So any new accounts or even existing accounts, we can update and sync those products. But with the library of products from the manufacturers that you guys have, that's really a key that holds and helps with their salon ordering, but it holds all of the correct product information. So I've seen, working in salons and for distributors, seeing people's inventory just a mess in their software because they don't keep it updated or whatnot, or the SKU numbers. But you guys have this whole thing, so the salons can just download the product with the correct SKU numbers, the correct barcodes, the correct names of the product, and everything is there for them. And that's what helps them with those salon orders also. But that's such a beneficial piece for us and our Rosie customers to be able to use that rather than manually entering in for hours every time they buy a new brand, that they're manually entering all those products, and they can just instantly or download them into their software, which is awesome.
That's a great point, Lori. It's just another place where we're just trying to remove some of that admin, busy work that we know none of you got into the beauty industry because you were excited about, typing out hundreds of different brand names and product names. So we want to simplify and optimize that for you, and we can help clean up inventories and things like that. That's a really, really good point. And I can't stress enough too, Lori, how we know that every Rosie user that has a salon also has a Salon Interactive account, but many of them have not turned on their e-commerce. They haven't gone live with it. And so I really challenge all of you listening and anyone who sees this to say, have I turned it on? Is it set up? It's very easy. If you go into that tab and go to Salon Interactive, you will see the ability to turn your store on live. And now all that means is it's now going to be shoppable by your clients. If you have any issues or challenges in setup, don't hesitate to reach out. We will get back to you. We will help you make sure that store goes live, and just start testing some of this. I love to tell beauty professionals that I'm working with, grab a glass of wine after a long day, sit down and spend 10 minutes looking through what's available, because you'll be amazed how quickly just putting a little bit of time every day into this, whether it's sending out those recommendations to everyone you saw, or printing out a couple QR codes to hang up in your physical space, little efforts like that truly only take a few minutes of your time are seeds that you're planting that will really, really grow into something. Because as your clients start realizing you've got this store and becoming accustomed to going there, you will see a big change in your revenue. And we all know how important it is to have clients that are not only getting services from us, but also buying retail, because that product service mix is what creates the healthiest, most valuable, and strongest long-term client. So really, that's our goal.
Absolutely. So together, between Salon Interactive and Rosie and everything that we have, between an e-commerce store supporting just more retail sales in your business, the marketing features that are available both mass emails, auto emails. So mass emails like your newsletters, salon business updates, anything you want to share with everybody or a big number of people. Your auto emails, which are going to be things like, hey, you may be running low on your product, and sending them a link to your store where they can shop. Your happy birthday greetings, things that you want to go out at triggered times. Your salon ordering. So if and you can see through your Salon Interactive tab through Rosie, you can see if your distributor participates and if you're able to do that. So you can find that right there when you go to click on Salon Interactive. But being able to streamline and do a more efficient ordering process rather than giving your salesperson a text message or a crumpled up piece of paper, you can give them a quicker order directly to your distributor. So there's a lot of different things that we have together that make this a very powerful relationship and help to make the salon business more efficient and help them to streamline some of their processes and operations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect summary.
Absolutely.
So you guys can scan the QR code. So that will take you, if you just have other questions, you can go to the QR code. It will take you to the Salon Interactive website. If you're already a Rosie user, go to the partners tab, select Salon Interactive. You can see what that looks like already within your account. The Rosie support team is also very familiar and comfortable with helping with any questions, or if you need to help with your e-commerce store or anything that you need, we are also able to help as well. So you could always reach out to the Rosie support team too. Awesome. I think that summarizes everything for us. Danielle, anything else you want to share?
I think the only thing that we didn't really mention was we have a new feature where you can customize your online store. Like Randy was saying, if you want to grab a glass of wine and just poke around in that, it's a really awesome feature that you can use and utilize and make it really look and feel more like it's yours and personal to you.
So the customer feels like they're still shopping in your business when they go to your store, which is great. I love that. Awesome. Well, Danielle, Randy, thank you guys for joining us this Monday morning and sharing our partnership.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Lori.
Yes, thank you, Lori. It was a pleasure, and we're so excited for this partnership to continue and grow, and all of the users that make it possible. We're very grateful for the opportunity to work with such a great team and with so many passionate beauty professionals. It's exciting to come to work when you've got people that care so much about what they do, and we're just happy to be a part of it.
Thanks, Randy. All right. Thanks, Danielle. Thanks, everybody. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.